And many of New York's congressional races for the primaries are running uncontested.
But one of the state's primary races for Congress is breaking records. So what are the races to watch? Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joining us live from the Capitol tonight with a closer look. Rachel, good evening.
And good evening, Mike and Eva. One of the most closely watched races is a Democratic House race for a district that covers parts of Westchester County and the Bronx. Now, it's become the most expensive House primary races ever in our history. Now, looking at some of the congressional districts near New York's southern tier, now these races are uncontested, so the true test will be in November. That's where voters for New York's District 23 will choose between incumbent Republican Representative Nick Langworthy and Democrat Thomas Carl. Over New York's 19th District, voters in November will choose between incumbent Republican Representative Mark Molinaro and Democrat Josh Riley. Now, some expect that race to be pretty competitive.
No.
And finally, in November, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is up for re-election. New York voters will also choose between her or retired New York Police Department Detective Mike Sapricone. Now, but for the most part, political scientists believe that seat will remain blue. Now, overall, we're told this year there's not too many competitive congressional primary races in the state. Now, the big primary race to watch is between incumbent Democratic Representative Jamal Bowman and George Latimer. Now, that's in the 16th Congressional District. That race for the Democratic nomination has now become the most expensive House primary race ever.
There's already been over 24 million spent, and 15 million of that, close to that, has been spent by the group AIPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee. They're not very happy with Jamal Bowman, and they would like to replace him with Latimer.
Now, that race, primary race, has definitely put the spotlight on some of the Democrat Party's division over the Israel-Hamas war, and we know that Representative Bowman has been pretty outspoken and critical of the state of Israel and that primary. But for the most part, this primary season has been stable for some of these congressional incumbents. So, depending on what happens with that congressional race, it could certainly shake things up for some House Democrats. Mike, Eva, back to you.